Jody, it ends in defeat here at Tonbridge. We had a bright start to the game, but just couldn't seem to find a way to get something from the match. What are your thoughts on the loss?
It's a tough one to swallow. First of all, I'll talk about our performance. I felt we come out of the traps really sharp and really penned Tonbridge in, and we had a lot of good chances, and Dylan hit the bar. And we needed to get our noses in front when we were on top like that. We come in at half time and we felt that it would be down to us if Tonbridge nicked a goal. They weren't really troubling us. Chambo and Greg Halford looked strong and comfortable at centre halves. We felt maybe a set play could hurt us, but in general we felt comfortable defensively, and we just wanted a little bit more from our front three in the final third, to be a little bit more direct, a little bit more not selfish, but express themselves a little bit more. And we felt we could nick the game. It was always going to be a tough game. Two teams where we are, there wasn't going to be a lot between it. Come out second half, I thought we didn't quite get going. We tried to make positive changes, bringing Nico on, bringing Simon Cox on, pushing Greg Halford up front. We tried to make changes to go and get the result. And the second goal is a product of the first goal. We're playing with two at the back and they counter attack, and we tried to step up and they got in and they scored. The second goal is pretty irrelevant. I can't not go through this interview without discussing the first goal. I know you get the generally negative people out there and the people who create social media accounts just to have a pop at people will say it's excuses, but the goal is offside. There's no qualms about it. The Tonbridge staff have sort of held their hands up at us with a look of disbelief that it's been allowed. I had a great view of the linesman. He was 5 or 6 yards behind and he tried to run and get back in and he guessed. And I don't normally speak like this about the officials. Steve McKim, the Tonbridge manager, kindly said to me, look, before you do your interview, you can see our analyst and he can show you the footage. I've seen the footage. It's offside. I've asked the linesman, as you're allowed to after the game, to have an amicable chat. I've asked him for his description of the event, and he said there was 3 Tonbridge players offside in the box, but the one who scored ran from deep. Now, if you're stood in the 6-yard box when a cross comes in, you're interfering and you're offside. I've got to be honest, even given his description of the events, having seen the replay, I think the boy who scored's standing in an offside position as well. If they weren't offside, I'd have been bitterly disappointed because we squeezed out well and it would have meant that someone hadn't done their job. But no, they did their job. They got out, and that was the 78th minute. And it gives them something to defend. And then all they've got to do is sit in, slow down the game, break up play, really, and they did it really well, and wait for chances to counter-attack. And like I say, before the interview, we ended up with 5 up front. We really continued to try and push. The fans stayed with us throughout, which we're grateful for, and we tried to stay with them throughout, and we tried to keep going. We tried to keep asking questions. We kept falling short in the final third. We didn't quite have enough in the final third, but the story of this game is the official has got it badly wrong. Like, badly wrong. Even when I spoke to him, the referee wasn't convinced with his own official's explanation. Almost apologetic. I'm not saying he was apologetic, but almost sort of, look, sometimes we get it wrong. And I said, look, from someone been in football a long time, one thing I'm going to say on the matter is, if ever you're in that situation again and the ball goes into a team 6-yard box, if there's people standing in the 6-yard box, they're interfering. Don't try and overthink it. And I'm really disappointed because I feel that really changed the game, and then we're chasing it. And, we brought Jack Munns on as well, and we made positive changes, try and get back in it, and unfortunately we didn't. So it's a tough one to take. The situation hasn't dramatically changed in terms of the league table, but we expected and wanted to come here and take points from the game. It's not an easy place to come. They beat Dorking 3-1 2 weeks ago down there. We wanted to come here and take something from the game, and we haven't. So is it good enough? No. But was the officials' decision, game-changing decision, good enough? Far from it.
After the performance against Dulwich, you really raised the bar and felt really positive going into this one. Is consistency an issue we need to address, do you think?
I think we're bottom of the league, and we've been bottom of the league from day one. We've been reasonably consistent in that. I think that's our 4th defeat in 15 games. If this was from day one, if you started the season with just 4 defeats in 15 games, then you'd be in mid-table still with a sniff of the playoffs. But unfortunately, where we're at, we do need to string results together, no doubt about it. We were good against Dulwich, and we've been good in other games. We were good at Oxford. That some of the games we've lost, we've been very good in. So, of course, the teams down the bottom, if one of you can find consistency and pick up back-to-back wins, it's going to make a massive, massive difference. What I want to say is, no matter what's happened today and, no matter what happens in future games, me, the staff and the players, we haven't been together long, but I'm telling you now, there's a bond growing. And it was hard because the environment we walked into was certainly not an environment of together people. It was certainly not a group of people with collective goals. And it was certainly not people that, to me, displayed the characteristics of a team that was going to fight for this club. I believe there's a team and a set of staff that will fight for this club right till the last day. And I believe that we've got the personality, the character and the qualities to get results. And of course, we wanted it today, and of course, going into a big game next week, we know how important that is. But we've shown, it's not just the teams around us. We can beat anyone in this league, and we just need everyone to stick with us and believe in us and back us, because we 100% will not throw the white flag in.
Simon Cox featured today. What will he bring to the squad?
Great quality. Obviously, he hasn't played a lot of football, but he's got great quality. You saw that on Tuesday night. Within 5 minutes of coming on, he took his goal very, very well. And, if we can get the ball to him in dangerous areas late in games, I think he's got the coolness, the calmness and the quality to get a goal or to make a goal, to find that final pass. There's one or two others like that. I think Greg Halford, I think you see his composure throughout the game, and maybe that's something we were lacking earlier in this season, was that personality, character and experience. But we've got a good balanced squad now, and 20 games we've had as a staff, 20 league games as a staff, with no pre-season, and it's tough. It's tough, and in hindsight, we took longer than we wanted to get it going, but we've got it going now. It's, like I say, 4 defeats in 15. That's not worrying form. All right, we'll pick up wins. We can't control the other teams and what they do, but we'll pick up wins, and we'll do everything in our power to pick up wins in the next couple of games.
You mentioned it earlier, and next Saturday is looking like the biggest league game of the season at home to Welling. What are your thoughts going into that clash?
First of all, I think they're all massive. Like I said to you, like I touched on, we've got the capabilities to beat anyone in this league, so they're all massive. Doesn't matter where the points come from. But yeah, when you're playing a team that's down there with you and we've got a game in hand on them, it is the old, stereotypical, cliched 6-pointer. But they're going to be as determined as us. They're going to understand the importance as much as us. We need to put this one to bed. We need to go into the midweek game against Concord in positive spirit. We'll make some changes. We'll freshen things up. We need to get a positive reaction there. No hangover from today. And we need that from everyone around the club, not just the players. We can't have a hangover from anyone. We need positivity. We need to stick together. Yeah, we've got to be realistic about the situation, but the one way we're going to get through this is by just focusing on the next game and giving our all for that next game in terms of our preparation and in terms of the game. And that's everyone, staff, players, fans, everyone. Welling's a massive game, but they're all going to be massive games. We could beat Welling and then lose future games, and we won't get out of this situation. As you said, we need some consistency. We need to string some wins together, and then we'll move out of it. But I'm telling you, and I want to repeat it, there's a group of players that are playing for the club. Everything I saw today is the players put everything on the line right till the last minute. We had people breaking, trying to get into their box, press, win the ball back high in the last minute of the game when we're 2-0 down. So the resilience is there, the character's there, but we need, there needs to be proof in the pudding, and we need to go and capitalise in the moments when we're on top of games and win games.